This is kind of subtle, you know. You got to pay attention. Because in Maine, you got to realize at any given time, there's really only 3 categories of people in the whole state. Everybody in this room, in this whole town, would all fall into one of them 3 categories. Now, you got your natives. Now, I am a native. I got all my papers out in the hall. You can check. I've got them right there. You got folks that's from away. You know who you are. And then you see you got your transplants. Now, there's nothing wrong with anybody in any of them 3 categories. It's fine. The trouble comes in when folks that's in one category, they try to slide over into the other category. Now, I'll give you an example. My next door neighbor lives up to Palmyra, next door to me, in the next trailer over, about 4 miles down the road. Wilbur Pinkham. Now, Wilbur's a good fella. He's 97 years old this year. And, you know, being an elderly fellow and associated that area, why, the newspapers, magazines, everybody's always come interviewing him, you know, to ask him about the old days in, you know, in Maine. And he goes on, he loves it. Of course, he don't exactly say he's a native. He don't exactly dispel the notion either, but I know the truth about Wilbur. He was originally born over to New Hampshire. He was 6 months old before he ever set foot in the state of Maine. Now I know that, and Wilbur knows it, and Wilbur knows it I know. Well, he was over at the trailer the other day, and we was having a few generic beers, you know, and well, he got a little philosophical. He was kind of moaning. He says, well, he says, I'll admit it, I'm not a Maine native. He said, but you've got to acknowledge, he says, Mother and I, why, we've had 7 kids born right out here on this road, and you've got to admit they're natives. I said, look, Wilbur, you can call them anything you want. But I tell you this, if I had a cat, had kittens in the oven, I wouldn't call them biscuits.